This week we are discussing best practices for distance education programs, specifically in higher education. However, I feel like most of the best practices outlined throughout our course are applicable to all educational settings. One of the big takeaway best practices that I found in my research and throughout our course material is based on a constructivist educational philosophy, and it is that there is a strong recommendation for distance education instructional strategies that empower all learners to construct their own meanings while creating a community and a social aspect to their learning. And this came from all three of the articles that I will outline in my references, but Miller and King really promoted this strategy. They said that research shows that when the instructional strategies promote individual learner, their motivation and their spark for creating their own knowledge based on the activities, that it was more effective and empowering, and that there really needed to be the social piece. Even though it is a distance learning, learners need to know that they are connected, and they need to have that component with their peers and their instructor. Technology, of course, plays a huge role in distance learning. Again, Miller and King said that technology can either reduce the educational gap in developing and developed nations if used appropriately. So it's very important as a best practice that educators select a technology that fits the need of their course, not the other way around. Don't use a technology just to use it. If it honestly does not benefit your learner, that goes back to the constructivist piece. If it is not student-centered in your decision-making process to select that technology, then it probably is not a technology you need to use, and it's definitely not a best practice for distance learning. Professional development was another key best practice that I found in my research. It's really important that educators are supported, that they have opportunities for professional development, and that they too are in a community that supports and shares resources and ideas and sound pedagogy. That was a lot of some information in all three of the articles too, that the design needs to come from a community of educators. Another thing, Nassai found that again, constructivist leads to collaborative and cooperative student-centered learning. It is changing and revamping the pedagogy methods, and it is more critical than any technical or software issue that you have that community approach. It includes dialogue, active participation, cooperation, negotiation. All of those were key to having a successful distance learning program. I look forward to seeing what everyone else found and your thoughts on what's best practices. Thank you for your time.